Hi, this is David Stein of Money for the Rest of Us, and I wanted to provide you an update of some things that we've been doing here at Money for the Rest of Us. First, there isn't a regular podcast episode this week, nor next week. This week, we don't have a regular podcast episode because we're doing a video live stream for members of Money for the Rest of Us Plus. This will be held this Thursday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, it's just for Plus members, but you're certainly welcome to try out Plus membership for a month and participate in this live stream. If you have a question you've been meaning to ask me, you can do that on the live stream. We'll also be recording it and publishing it for Plus members. The initial topic is to update an episode that I did 5 years ago, episode 281, 4 Forces That Will Shape the Next Decade. And I want to update how those forces have changed and wow, have they really had an impact? And so I'll be updating that, answering your questions, addressing other things that comes up with investing in the economy between now and Thursday. So that's this week. And if you're interested, go to moneyfortherestofus.com/join and come join us on the live stream. The following week, I'm not doing a podcast episode because that's the week that I set aside to compile our monthly investment strategy report for Plus members, where we answer what happened, where are we now, and where are we heading as it relates to investing, the economy, and any potential changes we might need to make to our investment portfolios. Now, those are both premium content, but we also have a lot of free content in addition to the Money for the Rest of Us podcast. We regularly post on a number of other platforms. Free content. For example, the Money for the Rest of Us YouTube channel. Last week, I uploaded a video on where to invest cash now that the Federal Reserve has reduced its policy rate by 25 basis points. And in that video, we talk about why the Fed didn't reduce rates a 0.5 percentage point and why the Federal Open Market Committee continues to worry about inflation. And then we go through several options for investing cash in the current environment. On the homepage of the Money for the Rest of Us YouTube channel, there's a playlist with dozens and dozens of videos that we've recorded over the years on how to invest. There's a playlist on early retirement, how the economy works, and government finances. Also on the Money for the Rest of Us YouTube channel, there are over 50 video shorts, so 2 minutes on average on a variety of topics. I just posted one today on the OECD lowering economic growth and what that means for investors. I usually do a video short about twice a week. If you prefer Instagram, we post those video shorts on Instagram. Our handle there is Asset Camp HQ, ASSETCAMP HQ. I'm also very active on LinkedIn under David Stein. We post our video shorts there. We'll often do written posts. So if your preferred platform is LinkedIn, search for me, follow me there under David Stein. Something new that we're launching is the Money for the Rest of Us Substack. We recently conducted a survey of Plus members and did some follow-up interviews with them. And a number of them like to curate newsletters and other content on Substack. And we haven't been posting on Substack, so we will now at moneyfortherestofus.substack. Our initial articles will be based on the podcast episode. So turning an episode into an article that'll be on the Substack app. You also get in your email, and we'll be providing other content on Substack as we learn more about that platform. Of course, we'll continue with the Insider's Guide email newsletter, and in that newsletter, we will start sharing what we're posting on other platforms. So we'll link to new YouTube videos, our video shorts, etc. We've been negligent in sharing in that newsletter. We typically have a fresh article, talk about that week's podcast, but we also will highlight the other content that we create as part of our investment education platform. In interviewing Plus members, one of the things that they appreciate about Money for the Rest of Us and me is the consistency and reliability. I have decades of investment experience. I have a way that I approach investing that is very much comes out of my institutional investing background that I've been teaching on Money for the Rest of Us for over a decade now. And we want to continue to provide ways that you can share our message with others. Finally, many of you know, but when I was in Japan last year, meeting with several of our Plus members, one of them said, I didn't realize you had written a book. And this was, he'd been a Plus member for a number of years. And so that's why we have to share what we're doing, and we forget to do that. Yes, I did write a book. It's Money for the Rest of Us, 10 Questions to Master Successful Investing. It's on Audible if you prefer audiobooks. It's also available in hardback as an ebook, and it's there. I continue to work on another book, which when that's available, I'll let you know that it's a challenging process to write a book, especially after you've written one. Your first book, you realize, I can actually write a book. And then the second book is, well, how can I write a better book? And that's why I've taken 3, almost 4 years on this second book, because I want it to be better than the first book. So that's an update of what we're doing at Money for the Rest of Us. We're on a number of platforms. We'll be back in October with new podcast episodes. Thank you for supporting our show, the work that we do. We very much appreciate it. And if you have any questions, you can always email us at team@moneyfortherestofus.com. Thanks again.